What up, what up, what up? Toshana Investment Africa, TIA Marketplace. We're here with a new lovely lady guest. This is Lisa Burrows, and she hails from the Estados Unidos, United States, for all of y'all who don't speak the Spanish. And she has come here to the east side of Africa to start her business. So, you know how we talk on here about starting businesses, really creating, not like, buying some clothes from China and selling it online. No, we're talking about industry, businesses, real talk, right? So I want Lisa to introduce herself to y'all. She's in a different phase of starting her business than what we are. So I actually think it's a great place for us to start. So you guys can really hear, right? It's like the risks are big, the rewards are big, but the headaches, y'all, whoo, the headaches. So Lisa, let the people know who you are, where you come from, and why are you out here?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Burris. I'm originally from Florida, that's in the U.S.
We're in Florida.
And North Florida, born in Quincy, Florida, to be
Oh,
exact.
okay.
Yes,
MIA
North
305 Dade County,
Yes.
the most non-Florida town of Florida.
Yes,
Go
yes,
ahead.
yes.
Quincy, I don't even know where
However,
that's at.
North Florida. However, I lived most of my adulthood in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I've always had this longing for Africa. Anything that would connect me to Africa, I wanted a part of it. I wanted,
Why?
I think just a part of who I am, just trying to connect to that somehow.
Okay.
We're all the way across the waters
The
where we were.
Atlantic.
Yes. And so I always just wanted to find out, explore. I love the culture. I love, even in design, anything I could get my hands on.
Okay.
And so at some point I decided, why just be inspired by it when I can live it? And so I was like, I did have my first visit on the continent 7 years ago.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Tanzania,
Okay.
Dar es Salaam. And actually, during that time, I took a bus ride here to Nairobi.
You went from Dar es Salaam to Nairobi via bus?
Yes. And that was intentional.
No, it's good you did it. I ain't doing it. I'm taking a plane and that's it. I'm not doing any of
Because
that.
I couldn't see the countryside on the plane.
I feel you.
So I wanted to experience the bush.
I feel you.
And rode through even Arusha. Just beautiful countryside,
Beautiful.
understand the culture, that kind of thing. So that was really nice. And
What did that do for you when you saw that?
it was like, and I know this is going to sound crazy, you guys, but it was like a dream because
that's
I've
nice.
always longed for it. And even for me to watch the sunset. And it was, this silhouette of this beautiful tree. Of course, I don't know what
The acacia
type of tree it was.
It's the one that you always see in those pictures,
Yeah,
right? With the big
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And then that tree, yeah, it's an acacia.
Okay, and then it was just like, wow, I'm looking at this with my own eyes.
That's true.
And I was just thankful. I was very grateful. And so, even with that wonderful experience 7 years ago, I continued to long for Africa.
So you came out here for a visit, and then you went back to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, you were working in the same area that you've moved here to work in? Or what were you doing when you were out there? Okay.
Yeah, because I've been doing this for quite some time.
What's this? Let them know. Because I know you, but they don't know.
Yes,
What's this?
That's right. Human resources.
Okay.
And also I've worked in basically enforcing civil rights laws as far as, employment discrimination. So, yeah.
Okay. So now you went to Tanzania, you went across, now you go back to Atlanta. What happens next?
Life, just in general, back to the routine, back to the hustle bustle, long hours at work.
So you were doing, when you were in Atlanta though, you were doing more of a corporate side. right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And of course, my last position was in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
So that was the last place that I worked prior to moving to the continent.
Okay, so now fast forward us. Now take us, what was like, did you have like a last straw where you're like, I'm done, I'm out of here? Like for me, I just remember having a conversation with some of my colleagues and I was like, I'm out,
Nope.
I'm out.
It
So
was-
what happened? Tell me, how did it happen?
Although we had a lot going on during this time of me ultimately making a decision to implement this plan.
Okay.
We had the pandemic going on. We had Black Lives Matter going on. We had, the whole political presidential issues going on. But none of those things were the reason why I moved here.
Okay. Why'd you move?
It was solely about connection in terms of I feel like it was an opportunity to repatriate,
Okay.
back to the motherland on
Okay.
behalf of my ancestors.
Did you ever do one of those DNAs to see?
Actually, I did.
You did?
I
Okay,
did
okay.
since I've been here, actually.
Okay,
Since
and?
I've been here in Nairobi.
Okay.
Oh,
And
you're going to let me share it?
yeah, go. Tell me.
So, anyways, and you guys, it meant so much to me. It was an emotional moment because all of my life, and especially being here, there are so many tribes. And everyone proudly, state, I'm this, I'm that. And
Yep.
then even sometimes
Yep.
they mistaken me for one of their tribes, which
Yep.
I'm honored. However, I did send my DNA into African Ancestry,
Okay.
and I got my results back, and I sent them directly from here. So, I was glad that they were able to accommodate that. But I found out that I am from my mom's side, mother to mother to mother, the matriarch side. I am from the Mende people of Sierra Leone. 100% is what came back. And
That's exciting.
so, yes, and Sierra Leone actually allows you to secure citizenship there.
Oh yeah, you had
Yes.
mentioned that. So now
Yes.
because you have found out that you are of Sierra Leone background,
Yes, I
the
have.
government of Sierra Leone says, okay,
Yes.
because you are a direct descendant, you are entitled to citizenship for Sierra Leone.
Correct.
Woo!
Yeah.
Look at that, y'all. Look at that. And for those of y'all who are not dual citizens, just get it if you're entitled to it. Why? Because you don't know what's happening in this world. And the
That is
more
so
options that you have, the more choices that you have, the better you're going to be suited for whatever's coming. Okay? So that's exciting. Okay, so now Sierra Leone. You are now a sister to Sierra Leone. Yes.
Yes.
So now what happens?
So I've connected, to the Mende tribe, and I do plan on going and securing my citizenship.
Yeah, get it
there.
done.
And you guys, by the way, there's a lot of benefits in terms of having that passport, especially traveling in different countries on the continent. So that would be a benefit there. And just, really connecting to the roots. And I've seen some of the ceremonies, they're beautiful. Would have gone this September. They only offer it twice a year. Usually right now, April and November.
Okay.
So I'm planning to go in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So now you have found your real connection. Yes. Now, what takes you? Because Sierra Leone is on the west side of Africa,
know.
and you over here on the east side. So, how'd you get over here? What happened?
Honestly, when I made the decision to relocate, and I was looking at West Africa because, again, that's where my roots are connected to, and it was my brother who said, I think you should take a look at Rwanda.
Okay.
And I was like, Rwanda? And then I said, as in Hotel Rwanda? And he was like, yeah. And he was running down, a lot of the things that they were doing and their status in terms of infrastructure and development right now.
Safety.
And I was like
power rights to women.
okay. I was like, that would have been the last place that I thought I would even consider.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll look at it, but I'll be in the Gambia because that's where I was going.
Okay.
You know, I was planning to do that. But I was so impressed by what they were doing. And, you know, they are, you know, one of the safest places in the world.
Facts. You can walk
Easy
around there
to
at
do
9 o'clock
business.
at night.
Yes.
Nobody bothers
Yes.
you. Nobody,
Yes.
you don't have to worry about
Yes.
getting stuck up. You can walk around as a single woman. Nobody's gonna bum rush you. No, I loved Rwanda.
Yes.
I was very surprised with how wonderful Rwanda was. Kigali, the orderliness of it, the cleanliness
Yes.
of it. The people and the boys look good, y'all. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Continue. So now, tell me.
Easy to do business. And it's free. They have an organization called the Rwanda Development Board.
Okay.
And you can apply online or you can go in person. I ended up going in person because I had some questions about the application.
You got to put in the work.
But no charge. I didn't need an attorney. And I applied that morning. By that afternoon, I was in business.
Now, tell us about Kenya.
Do we have to go there?
Yeah, because we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about all the goodness over
Yeah,
there, but this is
yeah,
what people want to
yeah,
hear,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because this is not, it's
So-
not easy. So tell us. So now you're in
I must
Rwanda.
admit, Rwanda spoiled me, and I still have my business with Rwanda in terms of registered there as my home base.
Okay.
And I came to Nairobi in terms of Kenya to expand my business. So I opened a branch here.
So let's just kind of talk a little bit now when you're in Rwanda. So you were able to go there. Everything is now free for you to set up a business. Everything is streamlined online for you to be able to open your business. You can literally go in the morning and by the afternoon, boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And the business that you were doing over there is now in what?
It's human resources consultancy.
Okay.
And I expanded it here.
Okay. Now, how long were you there for doing your business?
I was only there for 10 months, but
okay.
let me go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I went ahead and registered my business right away. I'm talking like within 2 weeks of being there. And that was because when I got to the airport, they would only give me a 30-day visa.
Okay.
And when I got to immigration, they were like, oh, well, you need a business, you know. And so I went ahead and registered my business up front. But prior to arriving there, it was my plan that I would use the first year on the continent to basically do an assessment to determine what type of business that I wanted to do. Because I also have a passion for interior design. And I explored some things there as well. But by the end of that 10 months, I had made a decision that I was going to just go with the human resources, which I've been doing forever. And, but I also visited Nairobi last September, October. And was very impressed. I like the vibe of Nairobi. And
Nairobi's a good place.
Yeah, so I decided to relocate here while I tried to establish everything. And then I would circle back in terms of developing clients in Rwanda.
Okay. And now are you doing, so 2 questions before we move on, because we had done a video kind of about this. And I like how you said you took almost a year to kind of just get the lay of the land.
Yes.
Right? And now tell me, why was that beneficial for you?
Because you're coming to a different world. And in this world, you have to also learn culture. In terms of our timing is definitely not Africa's timing.
No, because Africans don't want to do nothing on time.
So, I had to just, that in itself was overwhelming in terms of just trying to find out where to get basic items from in terms of which store, where is the market, or you go to the kind of produce like farmers market versus supermarket. Those types of things, and just getting around and learning the currency, learning, negotiating everything. And once, of course, they hear my good old Southern American accent,
She got money, y'all. She got it.
So
She got coins.
just having to go through all of that. So I highly recommend giving yourself time and then just kind of exploring to determine, number one, even when you think about, okay, when I go there, I'm going to do this type of business. But then when you get there, you have to determine, is that business really needed? How successful you think it's going to be based on the needs of that particular area.
Facts.
So, so yeah, take your time, enjoy. It was time for me to basically exhale, and waking up every morning, that beautiful Rhonda, in terms of just the mountain views, the city views, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
did you see the gorillas while you were out there?
I did not. That was so expensive. I did go to
you
one
have
of the
to.
safaris.
No,
I
you have
I went
to.
to the other safari. But
You have to. It was
that
like
way too
amazing.
much.
For me, that was like
I'm
one of
sure
the things
it
I've been
is.
wanting to do since undergrad, was to see the gorillas in Rwanda, to go and see them in those volcanoes. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I loved it. I loved everything about it. But yeah, you'll go back. Don't worry, you got a business over there. You good?
Yeah.
You good.
Yeah.
So,
and,
okay.
And even I want to add this because
go ahead,
it's
go
going
ahead.
to tie into Kenya, the difference there. So as a result of my business, and I want to say the first time, I think they gave me a 6 months visa, yeah. And then I was able to apply for a 2-year visa. Normally, they come out to do an on-site visit for your business to determine if they're going to give you the 2-year. But being that we were on lockdown several times, and so they decided, because I given them enough documentation and to legitimize my business, they went ahead and granted me the 2-year visa. So that was nice. So then now I am a resident of Rwanda as well.
Okay. So now, 10 months later, look, y'all saw her eye roll. Y'all saw that, right?
Yeah.
Wait for it. So,
Oh my God.
now you have come to Kenya. Yes.
May I have some wine?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Look, because I wanted you to really come and talk to the people about it, just because
we're gonna keep it real.
No,
guys.
100.
Yeah,
Keep it
we're gonna
100. Keep it 100. This is not easy.
It's
okay?
not.
What we're
It's
out
not.
here doing is not easy. We look cute doing it,
Yeah.
but it's not easy, y'all. All right, so now tell me. So now, you said I'm coming to Kenya to do this. Mm-hmm. Let them know.
Okay, so I'm coming to Kenya. I must admit, Rhonda spoiled me with that easy to do business thing. So coming out here, and even I called myself trying to do due diligence when I was even on my visit last year.
Yep.
And I was just visiting. It was a casual visit, but I made a visit to immigration, met with one of their directors. She was kind enough to meet with me, without an appointment.
Yep.
And, she was saying, definitely get an attorney when you start the process, So I was referred to a couple of attorneys at first, and they wanted to charge ridiculous prices. Like,
Obscene.
again, it was crazy, you guys.
Give them a number.
You really want me to
Give
do
them a
that?
number so they can understand what we're talking about.
Okay,
Because you're
okay.
giving them a
So,
perspective,
let me tell
right?
you.
You're
So,
in Rwanda for
yes.
free. You literally come
Yes.
right next door to Kenya.
Yes.
And it's a different landscape.
Very different.
Okay, so what's the number they're running you?
So someone referred me to this attorney. She obliged me and met with me, and another friend of mine who's also in HR was just here at the time. And so she, everything. She was like, "Oh, I think your business will do well here." Da 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 da. And she was like, "Okay, so I will, send you a proposal of an invoice by next week." So okay, I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm ready to go. She was like, "How soon do you want to start?" I say, "As soon as we can get everything legit."
Let's go. Yeah.
Because one of the things that I understood is that I needed to register my business officially, get a work permit, all of this stuff before doing business. And I'm about following policies and rules and regulations.
Because you didn't come out here to do silly business, right?
Right.
You came
So
out
I
here to
wanted
be legit.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Okay, make a long story short, she wanted to charge me over 50,000 US dollars just to help me register my business.
You could have run me 3,000. I would have done it for you. Now look,
I thought that was in Kenya shillings. I really did.
Yeah.
Until my friend pointed out, I was like, "Lisa, I think that's a bit high." And I was like, "Well, let me look." And she said, "Because isn't that US dollar?" And I was like, "You're joking." And I went back and looked at it, and it was.
And so just so you guys understand, when you see 50,000, if it's the USD, it's 50,000 USD. If it's shillings, that's the equivalent of $500. Okay? $500 to $50,000.
Yes.
Just to keep it in mind. Go
Yes,
ahead.
that's good.
Look.
So of course I didn't go with her. Another guy, his was much lower, but it was just a lot of things he was saying. I asked him, what was his agenda in terms of his plans to ensuring that I get my business registered and work permit.
Sure.
And because here's an important thing. If you come out and requesting like a regular business visa, business permit, you have to show in your account that you have at least
Let them know
100,000 US dollars in your account.
Ready. Cash ready.
Your
liquid.
Account.
100,000.
So my thing is, okay, do Kenyans have to have this, 100,000 US dollars in their account?
Nope.
Because why do we have to have it?
Nope.
And okay, so you guys remember at the beginning I said that one of the reasons, my primary reason for even coming on the content, I was fine. I had a house in America. I had a nice job. I was comfortable,
Living.
very
You
comfortable.
would. Yeah.
But I am here by choice. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm coming, getting close to my African brothers and sisters and all this stuff. And I'm telling you, it's been the most difficult thing that I've ever experienced in my life.
Because they wanted, she's so in the business. She's got all her certificates in the States. She's got all of this ready. And then they don't believe her here. So she has to go with her attorney to a commission to have them notarize that she is who she says she is with all of her certificates. And I think you said you were also a member of one of these HR things or whatever, all of this.
Yes.
And they're like, no, you have to have that all done. And it's like, are you kidding me? Okay, I'll give you my example. My father died when I was 2 years old, okay? I have my father's death certificate. When I went over here to get my citizenship and I showed them the death certificate, they were like, no, I don't believe it. You don't believe this death certificate that's been issued? I had to go to a lawyer to have it notarized that the death certificate was real to let them know that my father was dead.
Ridiculous.
Stupid. It's a waste of your goddamn time. Waste of energy. And then everything ain't in one place, y'all. You're going to have to go one place to the next place, to the next place, to the next place, to the next place. Where sometimes it's like you get so tired of doing it, it's like, I'm going to just do this tomorrow because it's exhausting, right? And Lisa, she takes cars. So now you're sitting in this car. I take motorcycles. So at least the motorcycles you can get through. No, you better get onto it. Get onto it. Get onto it. It's going to change your life.
Yeah,
that boat is going to change your life. It's great.
Yeah. That's what they call motorcycles. That's a form of taxi here.
Yeah, it's great. For those of y'all who are scared, I put my mom on the back of a bike when she came out here. She was like, Rita, no. I was like, you got to try it, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
There are a lot of those in Rwanda, what they call motos. And, you know, everybody always warned me, oh, they're kind of dangerous or whatever. But I bought a car there.
Strap your helmet on, you good to go. Let's ride.
Yeah,
so anyway, so tell them. So now, tell us about now. So now you've been here.
Okay.
How long have you been trying just to get the bare paperwork and the minimum documentations in order? How long have you been doing it for?
Okay, so let's say I moved here the beginning of December.
Which year?
Last year.
2021?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I've been here now 9 months. And so I actually started right away, you know, trying to find, that's when I was looking for attorneys. And then a friend of mine referred me to this Kenyan attorney, but he was in Rwanda, which was fine because he was able to take care of my business and file my taxes, all that stuff for my business in Rwanda. And then he partnered with a firm here to handle everything on the Kenyan end. And so they actually filed for everything in terms of my work permit back in March.
Okay. March of 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Back in March. And I'm still working on that. So we decided that I will file on my professional credentials in terms of a Class C visa.
Okay.
And so as a result, maybe about, at this point, maybe a month ago, immigration said that they wanted proof of my membership with the Institute of Human Resource Management.
Okay.
And so I called them and said, okay, what do I need to do to be a member of your organization? And we have
this is in the U.S., right?
No.
Oh, this is here in Kenya.
This is a Kenyan professional organization. The one in the U.S. that I'm a member of is the Society of Human Resource Management, what we call SHRM.
Okay.
So I called the IHRM, and they indicated they needed my degree credentials, and I would have to go to the Commission for University Education is what is formally known as. And they basically certify your credentials to make sure that they're legit and they're from accredited universities and so forth. Well, guess what? They also asked for my high school diploma. Who keeps that?
I don't even know where mine's at.
And
I only know my high school is down the street. That's
several decades that I've been to school. Matter of fact, the school is now a middle school, so it's not even a high school anymore.
How about that?
And so they told me that I needed to come in and sign an affidavit before the Commissioner of Oath. And so my attorneys, they validated all my credentials, my degrees, my transcripts, college transcripts, all of that. And then I had to explain the situation of why I don't have my high school diploma.
And all of this costs money, guys. Every time she goes to the lawyer, let them know. Let them know. Yep.
So even with this, going to the commission, they want to charge me basically for each degree that they have to validate. So, and how about for foreigners, it's 12,000 shillings, which is roughly $120 per degree.
Per degree.
Yes.
So you talk about you're spending about like almost $400.
Yes.
Almost $400.
Just for that.
Just for them to verify that this is real.
And then I was even asking, I called this morning, asked IHRM, like, are all of those necessary? The main one was my doctorate in terms of, which was directly related to human resources. Can I just get that one? And they were like, no, because we have to see, basically your prerequisites. Education.
How do you get a PhD without your college and your high school?
So they said, so we want to see them. We want to see all of those.
Okay.
And so that creates, well, get there this morning. not to mention that's across town, so I had to pay, my Uber for
You got to go across town to go get
and
this. Yep.
before that, I went by my attorney's office because I had to sign, the affidavit and all of that. Get there to the commission only to find out the person that was supposed to have been there, and we had to wait a few weeks because they were on leave out of the office, and then I guess they decided to extend their leave, and we found that out that
when
they
you got
won't
there.
be back until tomorrow. Next week.
So she was supposed to be there. She said, Rita, I got an appointment in the morning.
Yes.
I'm going to be there by 10 and we should be done by 12 p.m. She sends me a text and she said, this man is not here until the 12th. I said, oh, you mean September 12th, huh? And she was like, yes, welcome. Welcome.
Yes.
These guys out here, they will not communicate with you properly at all.
No.
Right? And the only reason why I knew she said the 12th was going to be September 12th is because I've dealt with it too. Now you just come at 10, we will sort it out. You'll get there, they're on a tea break.
Yeah.
The guy that you need is not there. Yeah. You just wait. Yeah. You will sometimes sit in these offices for 2 and 3 hours.
Yes.
For this guy to come in, whoever he may be, to literally do a signature.
Yeah.
A signature. And then you got to go back to the other side to go and get your stuff done. So, the difference between Rwanda and Kenya, my dear. Hey.
Oh my God.
They make it really hard for you here.
Yeah.
They make it real hard. Yeah. And it's like, when you think about it, businesses, SMEs, is the backbone of these parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
We employ people. We are giving taxes to the government so that they can use it for what they need to. And they make it so hard for you just to be able to do good work.
Yeah.
So you wanted to quit. You wanted to go back, huh? Tell me about it.
To be honest, I've been disheartened for quite some time about some of the things. And, for those of you who may be thinking like, I'm thinking about moving out of the U.S., moving abroad, or more specifically moving to Africa. Yes, we romanticize. I would be the first person to tell you.
Look,
yes.
thinking there was gonna be people out there with signs. My sister is home. My sister is home. No, it ain't like that.
I love, where's the love and how can I help and all of this. And
where
while
your money
you're
at?
saying that, they're scamming, they're whatever, and charging you and treating you like what they consider to be Mzungus.
Right.
And
a Mzungu, for those of you guys who don't know, that's the collective word that they call white people here.
Yeah.
I'm a Mzungu. I have no
but they've
Mzungu blood,
expanded the term now to say foreigners.
Yeah, now it includes all of us, right? Like, oh, you're not from here, you're a Mzungu.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but then...
However, that was tied in, again, the reason why I came to the continent was because I wanted that African connection. I wanted to feel like, I'm standing on the shoulders of my ancestors and returning home when they could not do it. And, for all the stuff that we've gone through in terms of my ancestors and us, in terms of our life story. And then to get here on the continent and still deal with the BS, that was very disheartening for me. So much until I was like, is this worth it? Because I was living a comfortable life. I didn't come here to struggle.
No.
And so I was interviewing with a prestigious university in America, and it was getting close to the time, and I had to make some decisions, and I had to do some true soul searching. And in that soul searching, I'm like, the thought of me leaving this continent was just, I felt like inside I was just heartbreaking, like it was
you felt like maybe failure that you're giving up. That
yeah,
you're just
I
whatever,
was giving up, and more so giving up on my ancestors, giving up on me, And I felt like if I left now, I would never have this opportunity ever again.
That's real.
And that's real.
That's real.
And so I did some soul searching. My son actually called me and gave me a heart to heart.
Good.
And it was like he knew where my heart was. And that was a confirmation to me. And so I notified the university that I wanted to withdraw from consideration.
Okay.
And I made the decision that I'm all in. And I'm going to be honest, because it gets scary.
It does get scary. It gets
and
real
it's like,
scary.
how long
Especially
am
if
I
you're
gonna
out
be
here by
doing
yourself.
this? And I mean,
Yeah.
I've been here almost a year trying
Yep.
to just get a doggone work permit.
Girl, yeah,
And
welcome.
so with that, I'm like, you know what? Nothing good sometimes comes too easy, and you get to appreciate it. And like I said, there are several others who are here, and they were like, Lisa, my first year here was hell. And that's what they said. And they say, but they, now it's 2, 3, 4 years later, they're saying, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world.
Nope.
And I do have that vibe and that love for Kenya, but I need Kenya to love me back.
So this is like a good thing, and I'm glad that you're saying it. And that's kind of like when you walked in, that's why I said I wanted you to really let the people know, right? Because I did the same, all this she talking about, I did that in 2018, okay? There was definitely times I sat in my bed and I was like, I should just go back to the States and be a lawyer. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
My mom saying things, why are you doing this to yourself, Rita? Come back. And then you have a moment, right? Because life is long, life is short, but life ain't no team sport. Right? If you want to build and create, you find partners, you find people who share your vision. But the life in and of itself is not a team sport. And you got to say to yourself, well, what do you really want to see in this, right? What do you really want to see in yourself? And it's what you're saying, right? You now have to go and dig deep, right? You got to dig deep, and you have to really say to yourself, is this what you want? Is this the type of life that you want? What do you want it to look like? How do you want this to look? Especially now when you go with COVID, you go back to the States. For me, 2 weeks max, I'm good. Coming right back. I don't need none of that stuff they're doing over there. We have dreams, we have goals, you have all of that. And you have to say to yourself, okay, can it be something that you can see here and do it? Yeah. But I think sometimes what happens is your mind's got to change. Right? Your mind's got to change. It can't be like how you're saying, oh, I came here and they're going to accept me, my sister. And it's like, nah, you are not an African. I don't care what they told you over there. I don't care how you do your little ancestry. I don't give a shit. You are not an African.
I am.
And as such, but you get what I'm saying. It's vis-a-vis your DNA.
Right,
yes.
right.
However, in terms of the cultural, the living, the life, how are people working and doing themselves, they're gonna let you know you're not from here, which is fine. However, it is incumbent upon you to make it fit to what it is best for you to hit them goals that you want to hit. You see what I'm saying?
And one of the things I want to point out too is we assume that everyone knows our story.
Nope,
and they don't.
And they don't.
So they can't be sympathetic to it. And they're dealing with their own stuff here.
Right.
Right. And someone told me this was a wake-up call for me too, guys.
Okay, what?
And even with that about the African thing, they were like, you need to learn how to be an African. And I said, I am an African. I am an African, right? They said, no, you need to learn how to be an African in Africa.
Facts.
That was the wake-up call for me.
Facts, and it's real.
And it is real.
It's
is real. You can't compare to what you have. And then, like I said, if I'm standing on the shoulders of my ancestors and returning here, and every time it gets a little uncomfortable and I want to run away, I want to go back to my safe haven, my comfort zone. I can do this.
You can.
If they were able to survive,
Facts.
If my Mende tribe were able to survive and make it to the United States, you know, across that water.
And that Atlantic
I
sucks.
can make it and get this damn work permit.
You can get it done. Look. But the key is resiliency,
Yes.
tenacity,
Yes.
consistency.
All of that.
All of those words that you get thrown around,
Yeah.
and guess what? It's work to be resilient.
Yeah.
It's work to be tenacious. It's work to be consistent, right?
Yeah.
But that's the only way it gets done.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of you for digging deep and
Yes.
finding it, because it's true. And the thing is that when you come out to these parts by yourself, it's incumbent to also be able to find a tribe that can help you and understand
I was
you.
just thinking that.
Right?
Yes.
To be able to find
Yes.
people where it's like, you understand what I'm going through? Hold
Yes.
on, you get it? And it's like,
Yes.
no, I get it. I get
Yes.
it. And the thing is, it's also good to be able to have support from your family back at home, but they don't understand what you're going through because they're not
Right.
out here.
Yeah.
Right? They're not dealing with that day-to-day stuff. They're not dealing with these little things where you're like, but I want to be here. Why are y'all trying to push me out? I want to be here. And then what happens is you're going to push one of these, one to the right, one to the left, and you're going to make your space.
Right.
Sorry, I'm here. Sucks for you. I'm here. I've gotten it in the comments. It's like, oh, if you like these men in other parts of Africa, go there. I'm not going nowhere. Sorry. I'm a Kenyan. Too bad for you, my dear. You get what I'm saying? I don't let them push you around. Too bad. I'm here. Too bad. Deal with me. You're going to have to deal with me because I'm out here. And so look at you. Here we are.
Here we
Inshallah, all of this will work out.
Yeah.
And it will. That's the thing, right? Because you've been tenacious and consistent.
Yeah.
And exactly how you're saying, I've been there before. I'm so glad I don't deal with it. Thank God. Thank God she's dealing with it. I don't deal with it anymore. I now have a good guy who renews all of my stuff. I don't have to go deal with that street
wow.
stuff. But, and we just did a video earlier where I was talking about it. As hard as it is right now, I promise you in the next 2 years, you are going to look back and you're going to be like, thank God I don't have to deal with that, because there's going to be a lot of other bullshit you're going to have to deal with. You get what I mean? Once you move that out, they're going to run you some new mess. It's like, oh, you thought you was done? No, you're not done yet. You're not done yet, right? But it's all right though, because we're going to get our compounds. I want a compound.
Yes.
I want a compound. That's my goal. I want a
Yeah.
compound. I want this apartment nonsense. I don't want this living in a townhouse. I want a compound where there's land all around my house.
Nice.
But that takes work.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah.
So tell
get
me,
there.
now that you've been here, before we end our segment with Madam Burrows, what would you tell those ladies and those gentlemen who are situated similarly to where we were in the States, who want to come over here? Give me 2 things that you would advise them based on your experience being here.
Come and be prepared for the unexpected. That's one. And if you're planning to move here, you need to understand that you need to be committed wholeheartedly.
Okay.
This is not something for the, what they call it, for the weary ones, you know, in terms of.
No, this ain't made for y'all weak bitches, okay? No. Not these folks out here wishing and wanting
Yeah.
some mess to happen. Wishing and wanting don't get stuff done,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Right? Because I think even earlier when we had first started, you had said you had a plan and the implementation, right? And it's interesting, right? Everybody has ideas. Everybody
Yeah.
comes up with ideas every single day. The next step is to have a plan to do it. And the third and the hardest part is to do it.
Yeah. And my second one, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but when you're going through the things that we've experienced here, remember your why.
Facts.
Yeah. Remember
Facts.
your why.
Why did we come out here? Why? What was the
Yes.
point?
Yeah.
We didn't need to do this, right?
Yeah.
We could have stayed right back in
And
the
hold
States.
on to that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that because it's real, because we lose sight of that, especially when it's hard, it's heavy, you are scared, you're alone, and you're like, why did you do this? And you're right. You got to stop, take a step back and be like, but why did you do this? You chose to do this. Ain't nobody bring you over here and be like, go, Lisa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you chose to do
Yeah.
this. So why
Yeah.
did you choose to do that? Oh, I like that. I like that.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Lisa Burrows up in this. Look,
We can do this.
We can.
And you have your support group all
We can.
around you. So
We can.
let's go for
All
it.
right. So, TIA Marketplace, like, subscribe, show Lisa some love, right?